we have Shraddha Shree Maharjan. She defines herself as curious, silent, and observing. And when asked about to tell something about herself, she says she don't want to stick with this political or cultural history. She doesn't want to stick with political or cultural history while researching for her topic. But she was very interesting. She was very interested while delivering her speech or while researching for her speech. And her topic is very interesting. Her topic is history, what truth, what myth. So definitely most of us here are history lover, I'm guessing, because I myself is a very big history lover. But I'm very excited for this speech. So I think we are ready for Shraddha. So let's welcome her with a round of applause, everybody.
First, I am a great dancer. Second, I used to be 6 feet tall, but something happened in the past that led me to chop off 1 feet worth of my height. Which one would you believe? None? Ouch, I'm offended. History is the same. You never know. How do you really know? Exactly. History is a myth. People believe history is a myth. And I always believed in a saying that reads, history is created by winners. I always wondered, why was history only vocalized by winners, and why were there no stories that said, losing is not a shame, where losing was not frowned upon? I always questioned this because this really bothered me, because we have always known that losing allows one the opportunity to rise higher, to learn better, but why are we normalizing shaming a loser? Because I remember my father saying, people do not remember who came second. People only care about the person who come first. Why, you may ask? Because the winner is going to be written in the books of history. Wow, such a glamorous thing, right? Of course. But, life is unfair. Life is very unfair. How do you know that there was fair play? How do you know that the records were not manipulated? Exactly. That is why some people do believe that history is a myth and not the truth. Let's talk more on why people think history is a myth. Because history becomes an exaggeration once you retell it again and again. It becomes like a fiction. Is it true? Is it not true? I'll give you an example. Pink was for the boys and blue for the girls. Shocker, right? In an 1893 article, it said, the New York Times said, always give pink to the boys and blue to the girls. I questioned why, because it said pink resembled strength and decisiveness, and blue resembled delicateness, dainty, cute. But for the sake of modernization, blue became the resemblance of a boy, and pink became the resemblance of sparkly, sequins, pink, and girly. Let me tell you something more interesting. Christopher Columbus did not discover America. He did not discover America. He actually never landed on Northern America. Amazing. Wow. It was false. The Washington Post says he did land on some Caribbean islands known as the Bahamas now, but he really never stepped on the northern islands of America. We're shocked, but people of America still continue to celebrate the Columbus Day as no other. So how do you believe that history is actually true? It keeps changing. It keeps going here and there. But there are some people that do believe that myth can be a history. Like me, coming from a Newari community myself, I do believe that myths are history because I am so biased and I believe in the mythological idea and story of Lake because I've witnessed a common man possess a strong power once the beautiful mask of Lake covers his face. Hence, history is a myth, myth is a history. It is like this. Together, hand in hand. Thank you.
So thank you for that amazing and insightful speech. मैले अहिलेसम्म पाएको हिस्ट्रीको नलेज हिस्ट्रीको इन्फर्मेसनमाथि नै क्वेसन मार्क लाग्यो उहाँको स्पिच सुनेर त्यही भएर हामी अझ धेरै डेल्भ डिप गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो छ यो कुरामा है सो द्याट वाज भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ सो विथ द्याट नोट डु यु हेभ एनी क्वेसन्स फ्रम आवर जजेस नो ओके थ्याङ्क यू सो मच
You also mentioned about the cultural assumptions that we have in our life, right? So in your personal opinion, like after going through all this research and all, what are the perspective changes that you have encountered with in terms of dealing with all these ethical dilemmas that we go through in life and dealing with our myths and histories and all this new perspective that we have in our life?
Yes, I believe that it's all opinion that we have. Some people believe in ethics, culture, and confused हुन्छन् मान्छेहरू हैन like is it true or is it not because मैले research गर्दाखेरि there were not one story that people or researcher could identify 100% authentic हो भनेर so the dilemma will continue because history is not defined it's always evolving because नयाँ टेक्निकले गरेर हामी नयाँ कुरा थाहा पाइरहेको हुन्छौं so we cannot say that history is ever true thank you
SHARDA Production Private Limited, digitalizing and visualizing brand since 2013.